Now we're going to talk about actually using the puffer, and again, of course, the T cap nozzle must be running so that this open hole is going this direction. And I'm going to make a relatively big puff here, and this is unnecessary for most leakage, but just to show you how much smoke you can get out of it. There's a great big huge puff. Now, that's the size of puff that people will use without kind of knowing what they're doing, but the size of puff that you need is only about that much. I don't know if you saw that, but that little tiny puff there is all you need. Just about the size of your little fingernail. A little tiny puff of smoke, and you put it right beside the crack, and you can see that the air is moving very, very rapidly here, even though it's against the wall. So it's certainly nothing like being still air. And you can see whether a leak is actually leaking with a small amount of smoke just as easily as with a large amount of smoke. Putting our smoke puffer away, we take the cap nozzle out, which reminds me of another important tip, and that is when you're using the smoke puffer, often you get a big puff of smoke that comes out before you open it up. Now, one way to prevent that is to squeeze a little bit of smoke out and then put the cap inside, so we've got a little bit of vacuum in there. So we put the cap nozzle in so that the T is across like that, which means it's shut down. Now, normally we would never remove this desiccant material, but since we have, I'm going to put those little caps back in there, push this back in the hole, use this as a big ram it down, and the little sticks which go in here. Now I haven't replaced the instructions. Of course, they're in there. You probably won't read them inside the tube and so on. And then we can replace the cap. The little bubble pack material is just for shipping, so they won't break in shipping. We can put that back in there. Now, it's important, I think, to store this in the upright position because the chemical is a liquid inside there, and if it's stored upside down, there's a possibility that some of it might run out. And if it doesn't run out, it might contact this rubber and cause it to get hard prematurely. But we've thought a lot about how they should be stored, and the reason for that is if smoke happens to leak out of one of these smoke puffers, because often they'll just take the smoke puffer, it's not in the case, and they'll throw it in their toolkit, and often inside the console is the perfect place that people throw these. And I can tell you now, do not throw it in your console. We've replaced a lot of DM1 digital gauges, and a lot of computers have been replaced simply because somebody took this smoke puffer and put it in with their computer. So it's very, very important to remember that. Now, the proper place to put it is inside our custom tool bag, and it has a pocket that's designed just for that purpose. Let's just take a look at that. So here's our tool bag, and in here we've got 3 pockets, so we can put 3 smoke puffers in there. Again, we have it pointing straight up, and it's ready to go, and if this happens to leak, it's going to leak into outside air and not inside your precious electronic equipment.